30 or 40 people, you know? And,
Imagine waking up early on a Tuesday morning. You grab your coffee, rush out the door, kiss your family goodbye. It's just another normal day. Then, at 8:46 a.m., everything changes.
It's 8:52 here in New York. I'm Brian Thumble. We understand that there has been a plane crash on the southern tip of Manhattan. You're looking at the World Trade Center. We understand that a plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that. We don't know if it was a commercial aircraft. We don't know if it was a private aircraft. We have no idea how many were on board or what the extent of the
injuries are right now.
At that same moment, in Sarasota, Florida, President George W. Bush is sitting in an elementary school classroom. He's about to learn news that will change the course of history.
Thank Ms. Daniels for being a teacher. I want to thank Wynn for being a principal. And I want to thank you all for practicing reading so much. It's really important.
What do these two letters say?
8:55 a.m., Sarasota, Florida. President George W. Bush was reading a children's story when his chief of staff, Andrew Card, leaned in and whispered the words that would change history. A second plane hit the second tower. America is under attack. In that moment, the world stopped. The look on his face said everything: confusion, fear, and the realization that this wasn't an accident.
60 on page 150.
The world was in chaos. Smoke filled the skies of New York, and the leader of the free world had just been told the unthinkable. Still at the school, President Bush stepped to the podium. His voice steady, but his eyes said it all. He kept it brief, calm, almost too calm. But behind that composure, history was already rewriting itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a difficult moment for America. I unfortunately will be going back to Washington after my remarks. Secretary of Rod Pace and Lieutenant Governor will take the podium and discuss education. I do want to thank the folks here at Booker Elementary School for their hospitality. Today we've had a national tragedy. Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
But little did he know, even as those words left his mouth, another plane was already cutting through the skies of Washington, D.C.
The FBI.
As the world watched New York burn, another nightmare was already in motion. American Airlines Flight 77, hijacked, turned around, and aimed straight at the heart of America's defense.
Okay, we have a report. Rescue 335. Rescue engine 335. You're aware of the explosion? Yes, we're aware of the explosion. We heard that it was a plane down. Can you confirm? We're not positive, but we are responding from supposedly in the area of the 14th Street Bridge.
This is as close as we can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers.
In a moment, 10 seconds that felt like eternity, 1,000 lives, vanished into dust. And just when the world thought the nightmare was over,
earliest known video has surfaced showing the immediate aftermath of the crash of United Flight 93 in Shanksville, Pennsylvania on September 11, 2001. The amateur video was recorded by Dave Berkebile, who lived nearby. While he was taping the cloud of smoke, Berkebile described what
Came reports of a fourth plane crash, this one hitting close to home. United Airlines Flight 93 from Newark to San Francisco was hijacked. It was a Boeing 757 with 45 people on board. It went down.
For 29 minutes, the North Tower stood alone against the sky, smoke, fire, silence, thousands trapped above the flames, praying for a miracle that would never come. And then, at 10:28, the tower began to give way, steel groaned. Windows shattered, and in less than 12 seconds, it was gone. A city once filled with sound was now drowned in silence and dust. Firefighters looked up, then down, realizing their brothers were gone. The North Tower, the first struck, was the last to fall, and with it fell the heartbeat of New York.
Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices. Secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining. Today, our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature, and we responded with the best of America, with the daring of our rescue workers, with the caring for strangers and neighbors who came to give blood and help in any way they could. Immediately following the first attack, I implemented our government's emergency response plans. Our military is powerful and it's prepared. Our emergency teams are working in New York City and Washington, D.C. to help with local rescue efforts. Our first priority is to get help to those who have been injured and to take every precaution to protect our citizens at home and around the world from further attacks. The functions of our government continue without interruption. Federal agencies in Washington, which had to be evacuated today, are reopening for essential personnel tonight and will be open for business tomorrow. Our financial institutions remain strong, and the American economy will be open for business as well. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them. I appreciate so very much the members of Congress who have joined me in strongly condemning these attacks. And on behalf of the American people, I thank the many world leaders who have called to offer their condolences and assistance. America and our friends and allies join with all those who want peace and security in the world, and we stand together to win the war against terrorism. Tonight I ask for your prayers for all those who grieve, for the children whose worlds have been shattered, for all whose sense of safety and security has been threatened.